morning. Mr. Speaker, my question is to the Acting Premier. Like Elvis, the Liberal credibility on openness and transparency has left the building. They insist that this time it will be different. This time you're going to be progressive, and this time they're going to be transparent. So can the minister explain why this time they are protecting Liberal insiders, introducing a half-baked CEO salary cap, privatizing by stealth, and selling off public assets?
Thank you. Deputy Premier.
Well, Speaker, I'm not exactly sure what the question was, but let me give the answer that I think she was asking, and that's on our executive compensation bill, Speaker. I think it's very important. I think the people of this province have the right to know why people are paid what they're paid, if they're paid for by taxpayers. That's why we've introduced legislation, Speaker. Yesterday we announced we're actually going to introduce an amendment at committee that will expand the reach of this bill. People deserve to know why publicly paid people are getting paid what they are. So we're bringing in a process that will gather the information and then set out thoughtful, reasonable caps, bans upon which compensation will be paid, Speaker. It's a much more thoughtful response than that offered by the NDP.
Thank you. Supplementary.
The Deputy Minister should read her own legislation. There is no cap in that bill. Speaker, we know that the Liberals are planning to sell down their interest in Hydro One and to bring private companies into our local hydro utilities. And we know that this Liberal government is wasting Ontarians' money on the outsourcing of IT services. We found $200 million. Help me help you. Why would we do that? And I would call that privatization. And it's a stealth agenda that you have. What does the minister call it?
Thank you. Deputy Premier.
You know, Speaker, this question is coming from the person who actually lobbied for the job of being the cut czar if in fact the NDP were to form government. This is the person who said, choose me, I can find $600 million of savings, primarily in healthcare and education. Well, this is one of the first opportunities to offer constructive advice on how we actually drive savings. To suggest that we could save $200 million in IT by taking on her advice is baloney, Speaker. I don't know if that's parliamentary. If it's not, I apologize. But it just simply doesn't add up. She's got her facts wrong. She refuses to correct her facts.
Answer.
And, Speaker, we are committed to getting best value, and we would welcome the helpful advice from the party opposite.
Thank you. Final supplementary.
Thank you. Mr. Speaker, for 10 years, the Liberals have been saying they'll deal with out-of-control public sector CEO compensation. And for 10 years, public sector CEO compensation has shot through the roof. Now the minister is saying that they will have a salary cap, but they just won't say what that cap will be. And they apparently scribbled that legislation on the back of a napkin because somehow they forgot to include agencies like eHealth and like Mars. How can the minister expect anyone in this province to take anything that she says seriously?
Once again, I have to correct the facts, Speaker. Yes, it is true that we have rejected the NDP position that there be a cap across all executives, no matter what the job is that they do. That is not a particularly thoughtful approach to what we all agree is an issue that we have to address. So we will be creating hard caps. They will be different in different sectors, as well they should be. We will be looking at public sector comparators. We will be looking across Canada and beyond to actually justify the bans, including a hard cap, by sector, Speaker. So it's a thoughtful approach to a complex problem, but we are determined to take it on. I am very pleased that the member opposite is suggesting that they do support, they will support the amendment to expand the reach of the bill.